What's happening, YouTube? Juggy here. Check it out, people. Welcome back to a very special video. Call of Duty Black Ops 3 Zombies on the map of the Eisendrache. Today I'll be showing you guys how to defeat the boss battle step, which is step number 25 out of 27 steps to do the main Easter egg. This is the tutorial showing you guys, telling you guys how to defeat the boss battle on co-op. 4 players, 3 players, 2 players, and rewind before this one. The video before this one was the solo tutorial on how to defeat the boss battle. Now today I'll be talking about the co-op 4-3-2. Now you guys can see that we are running right here 2 players. Shout out to Mr. Wild, I am Wild, for actually helping me to defeat the boss battle. Now it's my turn to show you guys on how to do it on co-op. Now the first thing you need to do before you get into this step, 4 players we're going to talk about right now are 3 players or 2 players. You need to make sure you are fully armed out. You need to make sure you have the strongest weapons, which are all 4 bows, which is actually you need to do this Easter egg step, but the strongest player need to have the most strongest weapon down to the weakest player, because each individual bow plays a different part. But before we get there, you need to make sure you have gobble gums, max ammos, phoenix ups, whatever is going to help you to survive and pick your players up to keep the game going, to defeat the boss. You need to make sure you are fully armored out. You need monkeys. Make sure you build a shield. You already need the Ragnarok, so you will have that on you because it's part of defeating the boss battle. Now 4 players, once you have all of that completed, max ammos, phoenix up, monkeys, the secondary weapon you need to have is either the ray gun, but I do not recommend it. But if you get the ray gun out of the box, it's okay if you upgrade it and bring it into the boss battle. But what you need, the best secondary weapon, is to make sure you have fully automatic shotguns. Pack the punch twice to get the fireworks elemental. I actually recommend you guys having a 205 shotgun because it will incinerate the panzer robots and the skeletons and the dogs as well, killing them so that you won't die, and refilling your Ragnarok, because you need to have your Ragnarok charge in order to defeat the boss battle. But before we get there, let's talk about the separation of the 4 bows, the 4 players. The first player, or the strongest player on your team, needs to make sure that they have the wind lightning storm bow, because that's the person that's in charge of making sure the entire group stays alive, including themselves. So they are responsible for the lives of 4 players to make sure that the entire team is always alive, whether it be killing all the zombies around the other players, killing the dogs around the other players, or when every other player is actually behind of the 6 pillars when the Gatekeeper shoots this electricity. If you guys do not have the Ragnarok down, the player with the lightning bow needs to make sure that all of the other players are covered while shooting his bow at each other player, to make sure that the zombies around them do not take them down when the Gatekeeper is shooting his electricity. Again, I have the lightning bow because I am responsible for my teammates' life, including my own. The second bow we're going to talk about is the Skull Crusher bow, aka the Void bow. The second strongest player needs to have this bow. I just want to give a shout out again to I am Mr. Wild. He actually has the Skull Crusher / Void bow, because that bow is responsible for defeating the skulls that the Gatekeeper, I almost said the sleeper, but the Gatekeeper is going to throw out these skulls. And what's going to happen is when you have the Skull Crusher / Void bow, their skulls from that bow, the Gatekeeper skull and the skulls from that bow, is going to counteract each other and cancel out each other, not affecting or damaging the other players. Also, the Fire bow is responsible, the third strongest player is responsible to making sure that they kill the Panzer. Now it's everybody's job to make sure that you know your job and complete your job. The Firebow is the strongest bow to take out the Panzer robots, and you need to make sure you have pop shocks if you are actually designated with the Firebow to take out the Panzer robots. Now the fourth bow, the weakest bow of all in this step for this Easter egg, will be the Wolf bow. The Wolf bow is the freelancer. He goes around helping every single one stay alive, kill the Panzer robot, kill the dogs, kill the skeletons, kill everything. The one with the wolf bow needs to be paying attention and also looking out to see when the middle of the area of the map is glowing with the wisp, so that everyone knows that it's time to drop the Ragnarok. Again, even though it's the weakest bow, it's one of the most important bows, because that's the person that needs to make sure that the first player knows what he's doing. The first player needs to know what everyone is doing, and it's a cycle on how to defeat this boss. Now it's pretty easy. You're gonna have 3 waves. And the first wave is the Gatekeeper, and you need to make sure that everyone else, you're gonna have zombies, which is the form of a skeleton, and all you got to do is make sure you kill all the zombies in the first wave, and then when the keeper's in the middle of the map, you're gonna see this big wisp. One player out of the 4 players, or 3 or 2, need to take their Ragnarok and drop it in the middle before the Gatekeeper gets to the floor, because he's going to shoot this electricity and is going to kill everyone if you are not behind of the pillar. Again, drop your Ragnarok when the wisp is inside in the middle. When the Gatekeeper is coming down, it will trap the Gatekeeper, exposing his chest for everyone to shoot their bows at his chest. Now again, the player with the lightning bow, storm bow, or wind bow need to make sure that when everyone is shooting the Gatekeeper in the chest with their bows, one bow at a time, because it kills them faster, that that lightning bolt needs to go around the map to make sure that everyone is surviving, because while you're shooting the Gatekeeper in the chest, what's going to happen is that zombies will still be attacking you. Now that's the first wave. The second, after you kill the Gatekeeper or numb him for that wave, he's actually going to disappear and drop in max ammo. That's when you know you completed that step. The second wave, you're going to have panzer robots. Everyone already knows this. Help each other to survive. Fireball, this is where you're up. Kill the panzer robots. Everyone else, make sure you're alive. For every 2 panzer robots you kill, you will get a max ammo. You have at least 10 to 12 panzer robot. Now after you kill that step, kill all the kill that step. Once you kill all the panzer robots in that step, you will get a max ammo. Now the last wave, the third wave, is actually you're gonna get dogs and skeletons, and the Gatekeeper is gonna throw volcanic rocks at you and skulls at you, and you might have a panzer here or there. And again, just repeat step number 1 and just make sure you kill everything around the map, and you guys will be successful in killing the boss battle on co-op, which is really easy if you coordinate with your team. Don't forget my last video, I showed you guys exactly how to kill the boss battle if you do not have a team to do it on solo, which is also pretty easy. You just got to know what you are doing. I got more in depth with the solo way to get the boss battle defeated, because with co-op it's just a little bit more easier because everyone has a different role. But when you're doing solo, you play the role of everyone. So until next video, hope you guys enjoy my video on a tutorial on how to defeat the boss battle in Call of Duty Black Ops 3, the Eisendrache. Step number 25 out of 27 steps to do the main Easter egg. So until next video, I'm Jug, and I'm out, man. Peace.